can count on our support. We'll certainly be voting from here. That would be fantastic. It would be really great to see you win this. And I think it's well deserving. This is very, very great, very innovative, and it's incredible to see all these young ladies who are so sharp and so creative. You know, but you know, with everything, it's a lot of hard work, and some of it, you know, sometimes you might find that you know, you are not getting as much traction as you want to within the period that you want it, within a short time. So you really need to be devoted to it over a long period of time. Sometimes it looks like it isn't working and all of that, but if you are focused and you're devoted to it, it will work eventually. People want to see, you know, like as with everything else, people want, if you're doing something, a supply type thing, you're connecting suppliers and those who produce. People want to see that you're going to be there next year and the year after, you know. So even if you don't have a lot of customers for a start, you know, you just take it easy and, you know, make sure that you're there for the long term. So anytime somebody feels like seafood, they know you'll be available, you know. So it's really good. And you know, for the whole basket also, I think it's something that really, it's fantastic. You have to look for, I don't know how you're going to store the things. That's the thing. I think that's your main challenge, will be where to store stuff, you know. And then I think you also have to have a standard, I'm sure you do anyway, for the kinds of things people can give. So you really are not looking for used things, you know what I mean? Because people can just come and dump some rags. So I mean, if you have something new, you know, you set a standard so that give something that's new, that's, you know, not old or used if they can. Because people can dump, you know, all sorts of trash here and there, you know. Anyway, I'm sure that you have it all worked out, the break the blade. I'm sure there's a lot of work out there for you, but it clearly is something that it's not just not civilized. Ordinarily, it should be a crime. You know, to do so, it should be a crime. I mean, one of the things you should do is to write to state houses of assembly, just to write to them, say who you are, write to the speakers of the state houses of assembly and ask them to pass laws making it illegal or making it a crime, punishable by, you know, some prison term or that. It's good to write to them, you know, and then advocate for legislation, for laws, because that's one of the quickest ways of bringing people's attention to what your issues are, you know. And I'm sure the legislators will, even if they don't listen the first time, so long as you keep harassing them every once in a while with your letters and emails, I'm sure you'll get some traction. But I think you must have some. You must be able to make some progress. You know, so yeah, the advocacy is good, but it's good if a state passes a law. You know, yeah, and it's good if there's some kind of policy. You know, even federal government policy. But you know, a lot of these things are more like state. They are within the jurisdiction of states. So it's not that important. It would be nice and symbolic if the federal government were to pass some kind of law, but the National Assembly were to pass a law, but it wouldn't affect the states, you know, especially if it's a criminal law. So you really have to, you know, talk to each of the states, send them mail and all of that. I'm sure they'll be fascinated by the fact that, you know, someone as young as yourself is interested in this kind of thing. So this is really awesome stuff. Oh, really awesome. By the way, I was associated with the project. I still am in Makoko, a school, primary school project. There's a primary school built of wood. Then
the floating one?
Sorry?
The floating school?
It's not, no, this one, it's not, it's just built of wood, actually made of wood, the primary school. It's built, my church in collaboration with another, you know, and they have I think they have almost 200 kids there, and they give them food every day. Oh. Yeah, aside from, you know, supplying material. You're aware of it? Yeah. It's quite a good. I think there's a lot to do, and you guys have so much potential and so much to do. very soon, Makoko will become, you know, a totally different place with bright minds. You can completely change the place, you know. New ideas about rehabilitation, you know, changing the outlook of the place. I think there's a lot you can do, a lot, you know. So this is excellent. Really incredible. I'm greatly inspired myself. I feel like doing something important.
So you are doing it already. For Break the Blade, for instance, a bank is backing it up next year. It's finalized, and our work is going to be featured on BBC too. They've been to the office already.
Fantastic.
So, I mean, it's in line to just buttress what you're saying, to get the right people to get on it. I believe with those two organizations, the media house and the financial sector, getting on it will help push us to probably the next step.
Definitely. And you're also in touch with all the other, you know, there are lots of groups doing something on female genital mutilation. Okay, good. It's a whole network of them. So this is great. We have to take a photograph of these famous guys. You know?